All right, looks like we're on YouTube. About to start recording. And let's go. Welcome everybody to the Yin Yang Wolf Pack. Man, this thing is so fun, man. I've through this process, I've been able to create so much in such a short amount of time. And it's kind of mind-blowing. Like, if you dedicate yourself to something, you will, like, by following the proper procedures, following the proper steps, having a good mindset, you will be able to create whatever it is that you want in your life. And, like, if you're not there at this moment, I know it might sound cliche, or it sounds like, just, oh, you're super positive thinking for no reason. It's like, no, man, this thing is absolutely within your control. It is absolutely within your hands to create, as we were given this raw material with which to sculpt our lives. We were given this big chunk of clay, and, like, here you are chopping this motherfucker up into all different ways and different shapes, and you can create whatever it is that you want from it. And so the question is, what do you want to create? So many people, they're stuck in their minds, man. They're stuck into this negativity, and, like, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough time, I hate my fucking job. Like, they're in this pattern, right? This pattern. I know this pattern. It's like, not enough money, not enough time, can't do what they want to do. Things aren't going their way. They're confused, they're scared. Like, bro, what if I told you that is not the reality? What if I told you could create the exact opposite? What if you could create power and confidence and love for yourself, love for other people? What if you could develop a skill that helps the world, a skill for which you will enjoy doing, that the world will pay you for? Like, this is absolutely within your grasp. It is absolutely within reality for you to create this thing. Okay, so, like, let's start there as a baseline. You can create what the fuck you want. You have the ability. You have this power. Given from nature, given from the universe, Buddha, Allah, whoever the fuck you want to tell, whoever you want to attribute this thing to, it has given you a spark of divinity within. Or even if you're a fucking atheist, like, think the universe has given you consciousness. Like, you're not going to fucking argue that you're not conscious right now. You have there's a mind thing going on. There's a body thing going on. There's, like, other beings kind of going on. There's this game being played right now that you are in the middle of. You are within this game. And this is a multiplayer game. And so you can team up with other players, have them on your team, and have them help you. And then you can help them. And then we can create this fun, joyous creation, man. That's really what is in my head, what I want to put out right now, excuse me, is creation or cause and effect. Cause something to be. Now, you can be the cause of something, or you can be the effect of something. And that's one of the alchemical laws, the 7 laws of alchemy. If you don't know that, go figure that out. One of the laws is the laws of cause and effect. For every effect, there is a cause. Every cause has an effect. The only thing, whenever you can't figure something out, it's simply because you have not found the cause point for it. Okay? So we know that if we cause a seed to be put in earth, to be watered, it'll sprout through, and then if it gets sunlight and it keeps getting water and the soil is fine, we know that we can cause that thing to become a larger plant. It can become a tree, it become a bush, it become whatever it is that you're trying to make. You can cause this thing to happen. Very much just like that, you can cause yourself to, say, go to college if you want to go to college. You can cause yourself to have a career in whatever field. Like, you just need to know what the cause is. How do you create that thing? Work on creating that thing to create the effect that you want. Now, say in social dynamics, there are cause points for you to make somebody like you. Like, you might want to think that this is some mystical, like, oh, people just fall in love with whoever they fall in love with. Like, maybe to an extent, but once you start to be able to repeat, like, this is the scientific method. If you are able to repeat your experiments to create the same result, then you found something of truth. And in this world of social dynamics, there have been people that found the cause to create certain effects. How do you make somebody attracted to you? How do you make somebody comfortable with you? How do you make someone be comfortable having intimate relations with you? There are ways to do this thing, man. Just like there are proper ways to be a student, right? Let me read this shit. Let me memorize this. Let me figure out the analytics, figure out the logic of this thing. And then I will answer these questions. Math. People figured out calculus. And that is what led to then aviation and then to rockets and spaceships and shit like that. Like there are universal laws that run through everything. And we just need to figure out these laws, apply them, and then you can create whatever it is that you want in this life. All right. So I gave you the example of dynamics, social dynamics. I give you the example of like science. And then there's also the example of creating your life, which involves all of these things. It's all of it put together. It's all in integration. So what have I done? What am I doing right now? I am here in Las Vegas doing what? Studying, working. Yeah, it's fun, it's cool. They're nice, cool lights, beautiful people, get to hang out. But like, dude, I'm working, man. I'm figuring this shit out. I'm figuring out how do I talk to the world? Like, really, man. Like this is part of it. This is actually part of it as well. How do I talk to the world? This right here helps me out there in the world, because this is just me practicing my communication. And imagine me doing this for a year, for 2 years, for 3 years. Holy shit, man. I'm honestly, I know I'm already really good at communicating. Like all of these messages I know are hitting, but imagine me doing this more and more and more and more. And that is what my mentor has done. Like he's laid the path. If you know AZD, you know that he's developed the technology, a sort of method for you to live your life in a way that makes you stronger, that makes you powerful and makes you feel good. Like that's really all we want, man. You as a man, as a woman, you just want to feel good, don't you? Like I feel good when a pretty girl calls me, or like when a pretty girl says that she loves me, or like hugs me or gives me a kiss. Like that is a good feeling. So how about let me cause that to happen in my life. That's what the fuck I'm doing. It feels good. Like, dude, all right. My entire life I've been fucking broke, dude. I've been a student forever. This past year, I officially got my license to become a lawyer, and now I'm making some money. I look at my bank account, and it's not fucking like double digits. You know what I mean? Like that shit feels good. Throughout I've been working at this thing for a very long time, and now I'm at the point where I have caused some fucking money in my bank account. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. But what I say all of that to say this is that it's fucking possible, man. I went through years of fucking school, years of learning, studying the law, figuring how this shit works, passing these fucking tests, then getting a fucking job. And now I have some fucking money. Thank you. And now this is what is allowing me to now come here to Las Vegas to enjoy myself and to study even more what I want to do and what I want to learn. This thing is never ending. It is the never ending journey. I think there's a movie like The Never Ending Story. Like this is that. Until I'm fucking dead, this story is going to keep going and going and going. And I'm going to create as big of a fucking empire as possible. Because what else am I going to do, man? What else am I going to do? There's nothing else to do. The only thing to do is create what the fuck you want in this life. If you see something you don't like, go figure out how to make that thing better. There's Jordan Peterson talks about this. It's like, how do you figure out what you want to do? Well, really, you lean on your, who else talks about this is Robert Greene. He made The Art of Seduction, The 48 Laws of Power, and Mastery. And he probably has a couple other ones, but those are the three main ones that I like. What you do is you rely on your inclinations. Like there is a certain unique genetic makeup of who you are and what you like to do. So if you're here, chances are you like social dynamics. Chances are you like the mindset. You like being a better communicator. Like these are things already just by default. If you're here, this is some shit that you like. Now, for me, as growing up, Robert Greene, he says, look on your childhood. Like what was the stuff that you were attracted to as a child? Me, it was music, dude. It was music, and it was martial arts, and it was academics. Like I was really good at school. I fucking got straight A's all the time. Like literally, I got 1B in my entire fucking kindergarten through 12, and that was like the biggest fucking deal of my life. Like I went and talked to the teacher, and I was like, why the fuck did I get a B? Like, dude, I did not play with my fucking grades at all. So I was always academic. I enjoyed music, and I enjoyed martial arts. I did taekwondo. But these are the things that created me. And so it makes sense for me to now be a student of AZD who did martial arts, is fucking intelligent as shit. And he does fucking music, did a fucking music video last week. Like, what the hell? And that's not even his thing, but because he has such an understanding of the mind and of discipline and of how to communicate with the world, he can create whatever the fuck he wants. And I am learning this very same art. And I am also like, I am a student. I am in the lineage of this thing. And so I understand that I need to put a lot of time and a lot of understanding into this thing. But once I do that, I can create the effect that I want. So specifically with, say, social dynamics, which is what I'm here for. That's what's in my head right now, because that's what I'm here doing. So that's what you're going to get. So there's a way to start a conversation with somebody to where they're not put off. You're a fucking stranger in a fucking strange land, and somebody comes to talk to you. That's kind of like, by itself, that's already a little bit off, right? It's like, So there's a way to communicate with which they will not be uncomfortable. Then there's a way to communicate with which they will become interested in you. And then they don't want you to leave. And they like all of your stories. And everything you say is like fun and light. And then they like start touching you. And then it's like, whoa, you can take this thing all the way to the end. Then like at some point, every one of your girlfriends was a stranger, right? Somehow you made it to where y'all became comfortable. Then y'all got more comfortable with each other. Then you had sex, then you had a relationship, and then you're like talking all the time, and you created that thing. Now, that thing is not so mystical. Like it is, right? It feels nice. Like, you know, you having a good relationship with a person, but it's not so mystical that you can't recreate it. In fact, there's a science to this thing. This thing has been broken down by the great masters. You are lucky in this world to have had somebody come before you and figure a lot of shit out. So actually, you don't have to start over. I didn't have to go learn, like, I didn't have to go figure out that there are things such as openers, that there are things such as DHV stories, that there are things such as qualification, like that there are steps to the mating ritual. I didn't have to figure that out. Like, just like you didn't have to figure out fucking gravity, or like, you know, how you didn't have to create the stairs or the house. Like, this thing was made for you already. Use that. Newton said, if I got this far is by standing on the shoulders of giants. I am standing on the shoulders of giants, which are my teachers. And that gives me the opportunity to learn that, but then to also propel it forward in my own way. As much as I learn and I understand what the past has to offer me, I, in the present moment, create with what I have. So like I said, I have certain inclinations. I really love music. I really love, you know, like dancing and stuff. So I bring that to the social dynamics. Now, that's not super unique and nobody's ever fucking like music, but there's a certain way with my experience and my background, I can present it in a unique way. You know, my teacher's teacher would say, he taught acting, AZD's teacher, Manu Tupo. He would say, we don't want to see Macbeth the way it's been played 3 million times. I want to see how you play Macbeth. How do you play this character? How do you play? Now, for me, it would be a successful entrepreneur, lawyer, martial artist, DJ. Like, how do I present that to the world? Right? That's what this whole thing is about. So you, whatever inclination you have. So I know Tattoo Addicts, he's a tattoo artist. Like, how does he present the tatted out bad motherfucker to the world? That's fun, man. Like, figure that out. Figure that shit out. I'm figuring this out. Okay. So you can use everything that's been given to you. And that's what being an alchemist is. The allegory of the alchemist is that he receives copper, or like base metals. These are raw metals that are not refined. And with these, he creates gold. So with what you were given, you create gold. That's the same. It's the same allegory as the lotus flower. If you know the lotus flower, it blooms out of the mud, right? It is in the mud, in the fucking dirt, nasty, ugly shit, comes out a beautiful lotus with a bunch of petals, and then they keep growing and they go in an infinite amount. Okay? So there's one allegory, there's another allegory. Now take the human spirit, you. We were put here in the mud. You are raw material, but you can grow and create a beautiful lotus out of your life. You can create gold out of your consciousness. Out of what you've been given, you can create gold. You are gold, my friend. That's what it is. Okay. So what I wanted to call this is cause and effect. So this is the yin yang, right? I've been talking about cause. Now let's talk about effect. You decide for yourself at any given moment whether you're being cause or whether you are being the effect. So yesterday, I think Oasis was there for the talk, where I was talking about how if I drink, I start to lose responsibility for the moment and creating it. And then I'm giving up me being cause. And then I become effect. Right. And so people do this in all sorts of different ways, where they do not want to take responsibility. And I really think that's like the cardinal sin here, man. Like that's really what fucks people up, is when they give up responsibility. It is not my fault that XYZ. Honestly, it's probably not your fault. But by you taking on the responsibility of fixing this thing, you can fix this fucking thing. You can fix your fucking life. Are you being the effect of your life, or are you being the cause of your life? Are you allowing what your parents said, what the fucking TV says, what the fucking government says? Like, are you allowing religion? Oh, that's the fucking huge one. That's like growing up. Religion is like telling you what the fuck to do. Now, there's a lot of beauty in religion, and there's so much wisdom to be gained from there. But in my experience, the way I grew up, it was really limiting. It's like, don't do this, don't do that. You can't do this. You can't go out. You can't listen to this music. You can't watch this shit. I'm like, dude, all you're doing is telling me how like I can make my life more shit. Like, how can I have less fun? Like that's really how it felt. So and so as a child, I had no choice. I was effect of my parents. What the fuck am I gonna do without parents? Like, without somebody, paying for my school, paying for my home? Like, okay, I had to be effect, just by default. But at a certain point, you become an adult. At a certain point, you turn 18, or I don't know, maybe you even leave the house early. You're like 16 or something. You say, fuck your parents, you get the fuck out. At some point, if you haven't already, motherfucker, you better take responsibility for this life. Really. How is it better for you to look at the world? That it's all just happening and I'm just here like blowing in the wind, so to speak? Or how about then let's take the opposite perspective, which is I am responsible for absolutely everything that's happening. If someone treats me like shit, it's because I let them treat me like shit and I didn't tell them to fuck off, right? Or if I'm not making a lot of money, it's because I'm working a bullshit job that I don't fucking like, and that's why I'm not making fucking money, right? Or if I'm in this relationship, like, oh, it's because I'm afraid to break up with them. Like, dude, you are being the cause. I'm sorry, you're being the effect of them. You're being the effect of everything around you. Now we flip this. Now it's everything is my fault. That bitch acts up, it's my fault that she acted up. So how about I change me to make sure that shit doesn't happen again? All right. If I'm working some bullshit job, I fucking decided to do that fucking bullshit job. So it's not anybody else's fault, it's fucking me. So take absolute 100% responsibility for your life. This will change everything. Like, if you haven't already, like, I know there are advanced people here, but I know there are also less advanced people. So it's like, whatever spectrum you are on this thing, even if you are like, have decided that everything is 100% your fault, there's probably still tiny little things that you're still blaming other people for. And that is not allowed here. There are no excuses for shit. There's no excuse. Okay. There's no excuse for you not making any fucking money. There's no excuse for being in a bad relationship. There's no excuse for you not being able to speak to the world, speak to people. Like, there's no excuse, motherfucker. It's you. You made this thing happen. Okay. So this is harsh. This is difficult, but you know what? There's the silver lining, they say. The silver lining is it's all you, man. That means you can fix it. It's bullshit because of you. However, it can be fucking amazing because of you. Right? So I worked very, very, very fucking hard to get some fucking money to now I'm able to attend I'm able to spend time with my mentors so that they can teach me what I want to know. Right? I'm getting good, man. This is fun. Like, I'm being harsh, but let's lighten it up a little bit. Like, dude, I'm having so much fun making this thing, man. Like, yo, okay, let's run down the shit that I've done. Like, as I say it, it's fun because, like, dude, I graduated valedictorian. That's cool. I played saxophone. That's pretty fucking cool. I'm a DJ. That's pretty fucking cool. I went to Harvard. That's pretty fucking cool. I go out to clubs and shit with people that are good at game. That's really fucking cool. I live as a monk I fucking sleep on the floor. What the fuck, man? This shit is so dope. But like, who's writing the story, man? I've been writing the story along with everyone else around me. And I'm only trying to make this thing even better. I'm only trying to make it more beautiful. Like dude, oh my God, 100%. Your body, holy shit. If you're on AZD's camps right now, it's all about taking full responsibility for your body. What the fuck are you eating, dude? It matters. It matters a lot, man. It matters so much what you're eating. Are you working out? Today I went to the gym for, I don't know, like 2 hours. Then I got in the sauna, and then I got like some acai, which I realized does not have as much macros as I want. So I'm gonna need to change this up. But it tasted good. It felt good. I feel light. I feel good about myself. And I'm going to go push out into the world again, because dude, I love the feeling of being sore. Like if you go enough to the gym, like you start to really like this thing. Because it's like, you know that you put in work. It's like a reward to me, honestly. You know, like it's like you work and you get money. It's like I work out at the gym and I feel sore. And it's like, yeah, I did that shit. Like nobody's going to do that for you. Nobody's going to lift that fucking dumbbell for you. No one's going to do that fucking push-up for you. I can do 1,000,000 push-ups. It will not do shit for your health. Right? I could do 1,000,000 sit-ups. It's not going to do shit for your health. I could eat so well. It's not going to do shit for you. It's all boom on you. So if we're talking about cause and effect and taking responsibility, let's go all the way to the beginning, which is, what are you putting into your body? Now this is the one I like even more, because it's very closely related. What are you putting into your mind? What is the bullshit that you're scrolling through on Instagram or on Facebook or on Snapchat, or, you know, like, dude, oh man, this is a good one, because I feel like I know, I can tell your state of mind by how the fuck your Instagram looks, bro. What are the accounts that are popping up? You know how I know is because I'm very peculiar about what the fuck I allow to enter my mind. And so if I see somebody being like negative, like, dude, there are people that post that I will never understand. There are people that post like depressing memes about like, nobody will ever understand my pain and no one understands me, and sometimes you just got to be alone. I'm like, bro, oh my God, this is like, this is disgusting. Why? Even if you think that is true, why would you want to put that out into the world? That fucking negativity, that nastiness. Why do you want to tell people that it's okay for them to be depressed or be lonely? It's like, no, dude, you need to shed light. I'm here to shed light. I'm not here to make anybody feel bad or worse about themselves. If I feel bad, if I went through some shit and I'm just like not feeling good, I am not about to spread that into anybody else, dude. Oh my God. Imagine if I had a child and I just like had a bad day, and then I start talking about how like shit life is, and that nobody cares about you, and nobody's ever gonna like love you or respect you, or like, imagine giving that to a child. Oh my God, that's disgusting, dude. How about, hey man, like to my son, like you're going to go through a lot of tough stuff, man, but if you tough it out, you will become so strong. You will be able to handle anything. You're going to be a superhero, man. Like imagine no matter what happens, you live through it, and then you can like fight back and push it out, and you can be a warrior. Imagine if you were a warrior defeating all your foes and everything that you did. Like, that doesn't mean you win every single time, but what it means is that you never fucking give up. That is a much better storyline to be giving to my son than to, man, no matter what you do, people are always going to look down on you like, whoa, my God, dude. It's like, it's disgusting. So what are you putting into your mind? What are you reading? Are you reading anything? Dude, I know people that don't read. What the fuck? Or I knew people because they're not really my friends. Like, dude, what are you reading right now? For me right now, I'm reading Mastery, which is by Robert Greene. And I'm reading, which one is it? Seneca, On a Happy Life. That's a Stoic book. And then the other one is one about kind of creating yourself, becoming a master at something. What are you putting in your head? So if you're here right now, you are putting me, my thoughts into your head, my philosophy, right? And it is up to you to decide whether or not that's good for you. Now, I come here with the intent, with the purpose of pushing evolution and understanding and greatness into the world. So whether, I could be doing that by whatever level I'm doing at, but that's my intention and that's what I'm doing, okay? And the more I do it, the better I get at it. And I've been doing this thing for a while now. So what else are you putting in your head? Okay, we said like what books, what are you scrolling through on Instagram? Like, let me just give you some tips. All right, if you're a male and you're just and you're like just looking at like big booty models or whatever and stuff like that, you need to block that shit right now. Like, stop that right now. If you are like looking at depressing memes and shit that like makes you sad or whatever, cut that shit out right now. Block. I would always get, what's really interesting is I would get these accounts, these fake accounts with like a bunch of like half naked girls pictures or whatever, telling me to get on some fucking website. As soon as I get that, block. Don't entertain it. And that's how it should be, not only with that, but then let's take it even fucking deeper. I learned this through when I was studying magic. I really wouldn't, I don't really practice magic more so than my mind and my communication. For me, that's really the magic, all the magic that there is. Now, there are people that like, cast spells and candles and shit like that. I don't do that. However, I know that that's a possibility, for people that want to get into that. But while I was trying to figure this thing out, what the teacher was saying, and which I've been using ever since, and it's really helped, is whenever a thought comes up that you don't want to be a part of you, you can use these words. Use the word, I reject that. I rebuke that. Or no, that's not me. So whatever it is that you're going through, like, it is so automatic to me, dude. Like, now I've been doing this for years now. Whenever something comes up in my head that I don't like, I say, I reject that. That's not me. And if you do this 1,000 times, anytime any bad shit comes in, then you allow the good to thrive. It's like if I'm like, let's go back to the allegory of the plant. If I planted the seed and it starts to grow, and then I see fucking like weeds growing in the garden, I need to go cut that shit out. If I see animals trying to come in and like eat up my seeds, I need to stop the animals from coming in. I need to protect this area, right? Protect your temple. They say this is your temple. This is an analogy for your mind. Protect your temple. Protect what is coming in here, dude. If you're scrolling through bullshit, you're consuming bad shit. It's like you're eating fast food all the time. Imagine you're eating fast food all the time and you're wondering why you're not getting more in shape. Motherfucker, because you're eating fast food. You're trying to have a good mindset and you're like reading all types of stupid bullshit on the internet that has nothing to do with anything. And it's just polluting you. It's hurting you, man. Don't, like, be the guardian of your temple. Be the guardian of your mind. Be the guardian of your castle. Whatever words work for you. I like castle. Like, if I'm a king and I'm living in this castle, then I need to make sure that no invaders come in and take my fucking kingdom. This is mine. This is a king's dome. Kingdom, dome. This is a dome. The king's dome. You are protecting the king's dome. So protect yourself, man. And this goes again into relationships. What are the people around you? What are they talking about? Are they talking about bettering themselves? Are they talking about going to the gym? I went to the gym today with 4 dudes. Four bad motherfuckers. Here, I have a fucking video here. I'll show you. Like, I just think this is so fucking cool, man. So this is us in fucking base 4. Like, these are like, dude, these are just, what the fuck, man? Yo, like, bro, for real, I felt like a Power Ranger. I'm like, bro, the red one, the white one, the black. I know we create the fucking Megazord. Like, that's exactly what I felt like here. It's like, yo, who doesn't want to be a part of this badass group, man? Yo, that I lived that today, this morning. All right, you can live that. And then I do this with fucking at base 2 whenever I'm back in San Jose. When we go out, it's like we go out and we're the wolf pack. We're fucking wolves, man. We're coordinated. We're synchronized. We're like, yo, okay, you do this, you do that. All right, here, boom. I'll leave it here for a few minutes. I'm gonna go gather some food and then I'll bring it back. And then you go gather, and then we're posted up, and this is our base. And it's like, dude, it's a whole game that we're playing, and it's so fucking fun, man. This shit is so fun. So who are the people around you? Are you able to do stuff like that? Like a year and a half ago, I did not have that. I did not have that experience available to me. Now I have that and so much more. But dude, this thing took a lot of time, man. It took a lot of reading. It took a lot of workouts. It took a lot of fucking waking up early. I've been sleeping on the floor now for like 3 years, bro. It kind of blows my mind. Like, holy shit. there's a moment in my life where I made the decision that I'm not going to sleep in the bed, because sleeping in the bed is for pussies. This is for the princess. If I have a princess over, if I'm at the princess's house, fine. I'll sleep with the princess in her little fucking cushy thing. But me, as a man, I sleep on the floor. I'm a stoic. I don't need your bullshit, man. I don't need your bed. I don't need your fucking AC. I don't need your heater. I don't need nothing. All I need is a fucking book and like a space. Give me like 5 feet so I can work out in this little 5 feet. I can meditate in this little 5 feet. I can read in this little 5 feet. I don't need nothing else, man. I'll go get some food. I can fucking cook in this little 5 feet. I don't need all of your extra luxuries. But what happens is when you start to live like this, people want to give you everything. It's so backwards, like to how you would think it is. Like me, like, dude, I have at my cribs sitting a Tesla. What the fuck? I didn't buy this shit, man. Like it came to me. My boss was like, "Here's a Tesla." I'm like, what? Like, dude, I don't even want a car, man. I wish I could like bike everywhere. Like I'd be sick. Like if I could like bike to everywhere, every time I need to go anywhere, that'd be great. But me, by being the character that I am, these things have been provided for me. So you can live your life in a way that people want you to win, man. And that's happening here at base 4 as well. That's happening at base 2, at base 1. It's like, are you the type of person that other men want to see win? Because I want to see other men win. If like I want to see my brothers, I want all of y'all to have 1 million girlfriends, all of y'all to have $1 million fucking dollars, like have 1 million cars, have a fucking mansion, like have all of that shit, man. That makes me feel good. That's amazing. So I'm not here to take anything from anybody. I'm here to give. I'm here to give love. I'm here to give light, kindness, guidance. Like, dude, there were like a dude reached out today and he's like, man, I don't know what I'm doing. You know, I feel like I don't have enough money. Like I need to make I'm not living how I want to live. And it's like, dude, I've been there. I know that feeling. And I'm very familiar with that. And for people like that, I would say all you have to do is make a choice. So if you see something that's going wrong in your life, you have to make the choice to change that shit. And then once you change that shit, like what holds people back is that they feel like they don't have enough information. And motherfucker, you're never gonna have enough information, ever. There's an infinite amount of data with which you can take from to make any given decision. And it would take all of your life to get enough information to make the decision. You just have to, okay, like let's do some amount of due diligence, right? Like some understanding, some studying of like, okay, if I do this, I'll make this much money, but I won't have this much time. And you can calculate all that shit. But once that's calculated, it's like you have to choose something, man, because living in that same shit condition is not forgivable. Like complaining about your fucking life, that is not forgivable. Even you need to be talking about your life in the way that this is leading to the next thing, is leading to the next thing, is leading to the next thing. This is the talk of success. This is the talk of growing, of evolution. And that's all the fuck I talk about, man. I didn't do my intro, but in the intro, okay, let's do it now. We're 40 minutes in. Let's do the intro. Everybody, welcome to the Yin Yang Wolf Pack. First and foremost, if you are here, you are a wolf. You are part of the wolf pack. That means you eat with me. We eat together. If nobody else in your fucking life cares about you, I care about you. You showed up here, that means you're for the betterment of yourself. If you want to do better for you, then I love you, man. I think you're fucking amazing. I think you're awesome. So how about let's learn together, let's evolve together, let's get stronger together. Let's do that shit, okay? So you're, number one, you're not alone. Number two, you have people that care about you. Number three is you can be part of this game that we're playing. You can be part of this tribe. You're part of this group, all right? You're part of us. So welcome. You're now a wolf. Okay, what was I talking about before this? Why did I go into this? I forgot. Okay, man, dude, I swear I just go off and off and off. Does anybody have anything? Did this inspire anything? Any ideas, any thoughts? Whatever. Anybody can just unmute. If not,
yeah, success. You were talking about that. Never talk about like some negative shit. You want to always talk about some positivity, where you're succeeding.
Mhm.
Shit. I mean, things.
Mhm.
That's where you left
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
You gave your intro.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Okay. So, thank you. Whenever you were, whenever you're describing your life or you're describing yourself or describing your situation, it should never be from the perspective of I am complaining. Never. Because all that does, what does that do for you? It brings you down, man. It makes you feel more shit. It makes you feel bad. So, like me, all right. So when I was training to become a black belt, I would go to class and I couldn't handle the workouts and I would like be crying. Like I would literally cry like I was a little 6-year-old, 7-year-old kid. It would hurt. And then I would like get beat up because there are a bunch of people that are way stronger than me, way taller than me. I'm a little fucking kid and I'm getting like punched and stuff. And like, hey man, that's hard. Now, I could look at that thing as in two ways. I could look at it as if, man, why are they so mean to me? Why are they punching me and kicking me? Like, damn, dude, this sucks. I'm in pain all the time. Like that's complaining. Then you flip that, or rather, you can flip that. And this is the view that I chose. I am going to become a black belt no matter what. I have no idea why I wanted that shit at 6 years old, but I did. Like it was just my reality, my fantasy or something. And I was like, dude, I am going to become a black belt. It doesn't fucking matter. I could do this shit for, I wasn't saying these words, right? But the idea, the mindset is like, I could do this for 2 years, for 3 years, for 4 years, for 5, for 10, for 20. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to get it done. It's going to happen at some point. So I'm going to make it happen. So all of these workouts, all of this fighting, all of doing these forms, learning all of this stuff, it is for me to become a black belt. Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I like that story way better. Way better than the one complaining about anything. Okay. So you can look at it also in your business, man, in your relationships. How about, man, some girl fucking cheated on me. Fuck. Dude, this happened to me. I think I was like 17, 16 or 17. My girlfriend fucking cheated on me. I was like heartbroken, devastated, like crying. Oh man, my little 16-year-old heart couldn't fucking take it, man. It was so, oh, it was so painful. But how do I look at that now? Yo, man, it taught me some tough shit. It taught me to never put anybody above me, like above my own love. Like, no, this woman's love is not as important to me as my own love for me. Like, take it right there. I love myself so much that I would not allow people to disrespect me or to hurt me. And that going through that made me so much stronger. I now look back at that and I'm like, man, I'm glad that happened to me at 16, as opposed to what if it happened to me like at 36. And then at this point, I don't know, I have like a gun and I'm suicidal and I fucking kill myself over some girl. What the fuck, bro? Imagine that shit. No, I'm so grateful that I experienced that at such a young age, because I understand that I have to be careful about this stuff, man. It's not all roses and, you know, candy and stuff. It's like, this stuff hurts, dude. But it's like working out. You could suffer the pain of of going to the gym and being sore, or you could suffer the pain of being a fat, sloppy, lazy motherfucker that nobody likes. Like, pick your poison, motherfucker. My karate sensei would always say that. Pick your poison. It's like, hey, it's either this is gonna fuck with you or that's gonna fuck with you. I prefer to choose the pain that is going to make me stronger, as opposed to the pain of regret or not doing all that I could have. That is a much worse fate, I think. The one of regret. How about you go for it all the fucking way, and if you fail, great, because you can do it again. As long as you don't give up, you can keep going and going and going and going. This was my mindset whenever I was taking the bar exam. I was like, man, this shit is so hard. What if I don't pass it? Then the very next thought was, I'll take it again. If I don't pass it, I'll fucking take it again. What? Is someone gonna stop me from keeping trying? No. I could, if it doesn't happen this first time, it'll happen the second time. It'll happen the third, the fourth, the fifth. I will do this shit forever for the rest of my life until I pass it. Now, I don't know if this is true, but I think it was because I had that mindset. That is why I passed it the first time. And then I took another bar exam to also get admitted in Texas. And it was, again, the same mindset. I was like, dude, what if I fail? Like, shit, dude, this shit is so hard. And I was like, fuck it. If I don't pass it this time, I'll do it the next or the next or the next. I'll do it 10 more times. I'll do it 20 more times. I'll do it 30 more times. It doesn't fucking matter. I'm going to get this shit done. And I passed it on the first one. So look at all of this from two perspectives. One, the one perspective is, in this moment, I could create it. I could do it right now. I take this test, it's done. Then there's the other perspective, and they're like the yin yang. They're like the pole that create the reality. The other pole of the reality is, I could do this shit forever, and it doesn't fucking matter. Like my body, my health, I need to right now eat good. I need to right now work out. But also, I have the rest of my life to do this thing. So stop tripping so much. Like these are two, it's like a paradox, right? It's like they can't necessarily both be true, but they are true. If you study alchemy, you know that the paradoxes, they meet in the middle. And like, it's like, if there's a God if there's God that created everything, who created God? It's like, you're not gonna figure that shit out, dude. Like that's not gonna be solved by you right now. Like, I'm sorry. Like you're not gonna get that. But by balancing these, you're able to boom boom get your body and get your mindset correct. And that's really all this is having the right words to tell yourself so that you behave in the way that you want to behave. So I am here creating this character. I'm creating this life. And I think I'm doing a pretty good job at it, man. But I also know, like, dude, my vision is so much like, I'm gonna get, it's gonna get so fucking far, dude. Like, the way I see this, I see as Vegas is like, this is gonna be a hub point. I think Houston, where I'm from, is gonna be a hub point. San Jose is already the hub point. I want to add LA in there. I want to add New York. Then I'm gonna add like Europe, then South America, and then like into Asia. It's like, dude, this is gonna be the entire world will be at my fingertips. Now, I don't know if I'm ever gonna fucking really create that, but I could create it right now. Or you know what? I have the rest of my life to make that. So I'm good. Right? Like there is no limit to this thing. This thing is just beginning. I see myself as a barely blooming oak tree. And I'm starting to get, my roots are firmly planted, and my what is it called? The trunk. Like, my trunk is getting strong. But I'm not like, fucking giving huge shade. I'm giving enough shade to where I see the other plants, and I'm giving them shade, right? I can still contribute to this world. Like, I've created enough to where I can contribute to the world, and the world will benefit. But I'm still going to the motherfucking sky, man. Okay. I want to end this in a little bit. Man, what were we talking about? The whole thing was cause and effect. I want to see if I used to end all of these with like a poem, because I think of myself as a magician. And so maybe there's the Wi-Fi here is bad. I forgot. Poem on cause and effect. Let's see if we find something. We might find something. No, I don't like any of these. Okay. Well, I'll end it off like this. Whatever stage you're in, whatever path you're on, there is no, like, once you make the decision, there's no turning back. It's like the red pill and the blue pill, like in the movie. It's like, you take the red pill, you like what it is, like you take the blue pill, you stay in Wonderland. And you take the red pill, and I take you out of Wonderland. It's like once you make a choice, it has to be like 100% commitment, dude. Like, for me to go to law school, that had to be 100% commitment. There was no other way. Like, because that is money, man. That's time. That's years. It's like I had to put a lot to make this thing happen, man. So now there's no turning back. Now it's I gotta take it all the fucking way, man. Fuck, one day I'm gonna be arguing at the Supreme Court. Like, fuck, that'd be nuts, right? For social dynamics, it's like I'm committed 100% to this thing, man. I'm going in every camp, I'm showing up. Every time either of my mentors are showing me or teaching something, I need to be there, man, because I need to get good at this. With becoming a black belt, it was 100%. I had to become a black belt. Like there's no turning back. When I was in high school, I became the valedictorian. I decided in 9th grade that by 12th grade, I would be the #1 student there. And I made that shit happen. It was 100% commitment. That's late nights, that's waking up early as shit. And then I was still doing saxophone. I was like doing marching band. I had another band. I did a fucking salsa band. I was like president of like 3 different organizations. It was like full on commitment. But what did that do for me? That allowed me to go to Harvard. Fuck, man. What did Harvard do for me? Fuck. That allowed me to go to law school. What has law school done for me? It allowed me to be a lawyer. What is lawyer being done for me? It's allowed me to have money to pay for everything that I want in my life. And I'm just getting started. So this this journey is so beautiful, man. Like I look back at my life and I'm like, bro, this is amazing. But I remember in every single step, it was like, man, this shit's hard. Like, yeah, man, it is hard. But the fruit is much sweeter. If you're able to get through the bitter moments, the fruit is sweet. So all right, I'll leave you guys with that. Thank you everybody for showing up. This was the Yin Yang Wolfpack.